Hey, what's up? We're X Ambassadors, and we're here with We Found New Music with Grant Owens.
Cool. So please introduce yourselves and the instruments you play in the band.
My name is Sam Harris. I'm the lead vocalist, and I play saxophone, guitar, drums, and bass in the band.
I'm Noah Felchu. I play lead guitar and also a little bit of keyboard and sing backup.
Awesome. You guys also have two other band members?
We do. I should amend myself. I play auxiliary percussion because our drummer is actually not here right now, Adam Levin, and then my brother Casey plays keyboards in the band.
So who you're playing with on this tour?
It's Parade of Lights is going to be opening for us. Tonight it's Dear Boy and Max and the Moon.
Max and the Moon.
Yeah. So those are two great bands.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're really excited.
We just saw Max and the Moon with the Colorist at the Troubadour.
Yeah, we just were on tour.
They're coming through our studio in a couple weeks for a live set. So you've toured with a diverse amount of bands, you know, Panic at the Disco, Lumineers, Jimmy Eat World, ultimately Imagine Dragons. These are all very diverse bands. Talk about your style and where you pull from.
We pull from a lot of hip hop and R&B.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
we grew up listening to, you know, whatever was on the radio. That was our first exposure to music, was popular music.
Sure.
And popular alternative rock, you know, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Rage Against the Machine, you know, like Coldplay. Those bands were the first bands that we ever really, you know, fell in love with. And then as we got older, you know, we got into, you know, and obviously also we were both very lucky to have families that had extensive music collections and really good taste in music. So, you know, I grew up listening to Jackie Wilson, Garnet Mims, Otis Redding, Joni Mitchell, Carly Simon, Bob Dylan, you know, those
diverse.
Yeah, those classics, you know, and then but you know, as kids, you want to listen to like what's cool.
Yeah, of course.
So, and that was what was cool, you know, hip hop and R&B, and that was a big passion.
That's what I was gonna ask you. What type of R&B and hip hop?
Space Jam soundtrack.
Yeah,
there you go.
Space Jam soundtrack.
On
dude.
repeat.
There you go.
Just like, you know, that's the stuff that we like. Mary J. Blige, R. Kelly, Usher, Jagged Edge, D'Angelo, Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, Lauryn Hill. Just everything.
The Fugees were a big influence on us growing
of course.
up. Just the way they structured their albums was so cool. It was like half of it was really funny, half of it was really dark, and that the structure to hip hop albums is still kind of like that with the skits and everything.
Yeah, it's like a good team. Wyclef and Lauren.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, you guys played big stadium tours with Imagine Dragons as well. Just a very diverse type of experience in the last few years. What was it like playing big stadiums with Imagine Dragons?
Oh man, it's always great being out with those guys. The stadiums are amazing. Obviously, they're amazing as a band. It's different though, because in a night like tonight, it's different though because a night like tonight, where we, you know, have a sold out show that's our own show, and it's also a club date, so it's you know, the audience is forced to just see your face, and you're much closer to the performer you're watching. So it's a different type of energy and intimacy that you get in these type of settings that we didn't necessarily get at the arena shows. Not to say that the arena shows weren't incredible, but it's totally different.
Totally different experience,
we're excited
right?
for both.
Yeah, you know,
we love doing both.
Yeah, a big thing that we've always believed in is, you know, if you're playing a stadium, you got to make it feel as intimate as a club, and if you're playing a club, you got to make it feel like it's a stadium. You know, that's
a great challenge, though.
Yeah,
and it's a totally different experience in both situations, right? Exactly. It just is, right? And
it's
keeping
hard,
people's
man.
attention.
But
like,
you know,
tonight, you know, you're playing for your own fans, which is amazing.
So great.
And in a huge stadium, you know, it's the opposite, but you're doing what you can to get their attention. All right, well, you guys are now signed to Interscope and Kid in the Corner.
Yeah, so we can just lean back.
That's right. You can sit back now.
We can just like chill. It's fine.
You work with Dan Reynolds and famed producer Alex the Kid.
Alex the Kid.
Who's, you know, he's worked on a few small acts like Rihanna and Paramore. Tell me about linking up with Dan Reynolds and Alex the Kid.
Well, we had a song that was on the radio down in Virginia called Lee Toast, and Imagine Dragons are down there playing a show. Dan asked one of the guys at the station what he had been listening to. He said this band, Ambassadors. We were called Ambassadors at the time, before the X. And he showed him an acoustic version of Unconsolable. Dan showed it to Alex, and Alex was like, these guys are dope, let's meet, you know, and we had a phone conversation at his office in New York, or his manager's office in New York. I met with him individually in London, and he stood me up actually the first time.
Well, there you go.
It was a secretary's
you gotta prove yourself,
mistake.
I guess.
Still. It was a secretary's mistake, but yeah, you know, he was very nice and apologetic next time we met up. But yeah, we had a great conversation about music that night, and then like 2 weeks later, he was like, let's get in the studio. So we got in the studio and cut Stranger and Love Songs, Drug Songs. And then...
and they're both executive producers on your music?
Yeah, Alex and Dan are both executive producers. Alex is a producer on a lot of the tracks that we do. And it's been great working with him. He's an amazing human being and an incredibly talented guy and driven guy. It's good to be around. You know?
And Dan, he's super busy with his own group.
Yeah, Dan's pretty busy right now.
So your new EP, The Reason, is out right now, which we love. We're very excited about this. Talk about the journey from your first EP, Love Songs, Drug Songs, to your new EP, The Reason.
It's been a journey. Well, you know, Love Songs, Drug Songs we did in a studio. The Reason we did completely on the road. It was like, you know, in hotel rooms and bathrooms and in our apartments in Brooklyn. In the car. Yeah. I recorded some of my vocals in the car. Yeah, we did it all, you know, ourselves on laptops, and then we'd send the tracks to Alex, and he'd do his thing on them, and then he'd send them to our guy Manny Mariquin, who mixed both Love Songs, Drug Songs, and Reason. That felt kind of cool to make a record like that. It felt immediate and of the moment, you know, stuff that we had just written. All of it is new.
Yeah, it's crazy because before we met Alex, we were used to working a certain way, and then when we did Love Songs, we worked in a totally new way that was new and fun and exciting, and we came out with great stuff. And then in The Reason, we worked in a totally new way, even though we're still working with Alex, which is still fun and exciting, and I think we came out with even the most exciting stuff. I think that we're most excited about our new stuff and the direction we're going with our music. So
it's great to put yourself outside of your comfort zone, and we have really kind of accidentally stuck to that with every record that we've made.